Today, we had one of the M4 Mac Mini systems arrive. Now this is going to be used as an upgrade for our studio machine, but I thought I'd bring you along for the ride while we unbox it and give it its first setup and have a look at our first impressions of it. And there's somebody who wants to join us as well today. Somebody some of you may recognise. This is the old man, once known on YouTube as the Crazy Unboxer. Hello YouTube. Today we have another unboxing with, yep, you've guessed it.
Christ, those sprouts.
The Crazy Unboxer. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to give this to him to unbox today, and he's going to open it up.
Absolutely. Hang on, I'll just recover from last night. 1 second.
Okay, let's pop this down here.
Right, so this is the most powerful Mac Mini, is it not?
It's not the Pro, it's the normal M4. It's not quite entry level. It's been upgraded a bit. It's got 512 gig of storage and 24 gig of RAM versus the stock 16 and 256.
So it'd be good enough for our studio.
I'd like to think so. Would you like to get into it and open it up?
Here, isn't it? There we go. Okay, let's see now. Yeah, okay, beautiful. So is that just a heat vent, not a fan or whatever?
So there is a fan inside there. It's an interesting kind of heat system there where they draw cold air in and send the hot air out of the same area.
Oh, right, okay.
Have you noticed anything strange yet?
Yeah, the buttons on the bottom.
What do you think about that? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think buttons on the bottom are actually quite good.
In the form of computers?
Well, I find some that they have, even on the one we got up there, it's a bit of a pain to actually switch it on from behind. So yeah.
Oh, okay, so you put that down.
It's basically childproof.
Put that down. Now, how would you go when it's all plugged in? How would you go and turn that on?
Well, let's see where the actual things are. They're there, aren't they? Well, you'd have to actually just do that, wouldn't you?
You probably would. Or I've got a nice little solution here. This is something I 3D printed from a design, which is apparently for this machine. Let's see.
All right.
What do we reckon?
You've got to take it off, though. You've got to take
I don't know. I'm just going to see. Yeah, I can feel it clicking the button.
I don't know if it will because it got all that stuff on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you haven't? Yeah.
The amazing things you can find on the internet.
I wouldn't mind one of these for my television, actually.
Do you want to continue? You've got more stuff to take off that.
Right, okay. I'll just pull that, tear that.
Just tug it off. So what do you think of the weight of the machine so far then? Does it strike you as being particularly heavy, particularly dense?
No more than me. Yeah, I think it's okay. That's an okay weight.
So port-wise, run us through what ports we've got on it then.
Well, USB-C for a start.
Yeah, you've got 2 of those in the front.
I'm not sure what that is.
That's a headphone jack.
That's a headphone jack, okay.
And if you flip it round to the back...
Right, okay.
We have
got HDMI.
Yep.
And you've got your computer connector there.
Or the internet connector, the Ethernet port.
Yeah. And some more. Well, there's some of that looks like that would actually power something.
So they're Thunderbolt ports. So you've got 3 USB-C ports and a power port. What else have you noticed that is missing on this generation of computer?
Screen?
No. What else would you say is? Think about what's
the big
missing.
Ones.
The USB-A's.
USB-A's, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I don't worry me at all. Once you get into the other sort of ports, and you've got to, we had to migrate to it, and it actually allows miniaturization. Really, so I'm absolutely fine with it. With my phones and everything, I don't have any USB sort of A or anything, apart from some of the other devices I work on. But
for the most part, you can get pretty cheap USB hubs these days.
Yes, you can. Yeah, exactly that. No, I think that's fine. So it looks all pretty simple.
Yeah, what comes in the box? So let's have a look at all that. Actually, that is quite light. That's not. I thought it was
not as heavy.
A bit heavier than that.
Looks like you've got some sort of power supply for it. Indeed, so that actually goes to that, doesn't it?
So it's actually got an internal power supply, amazingly.
Yep.
You'd think a lot of computers, if you just go back to the original Mac Minis, they had external power bricks.
Yeah, they did, yeah. But this, with digital power supplies, you don't need it, do you?
It's interesting, going back to the power button thing, a lot of people on the internet have been saying they reckon the power button won't matter because most people want to put their computer in sleep and never really turn it off.
That's probably what will happen for most people.
The only thing is, though, we've got 40-year-old equipment attached to our studio on the same power link, so I don't know whether I'm going to have to live with just putting it up and turning it on every time, or if I'm going to figure out another solution. Maybe this might have
40-year-old? What's that then?
Yeah, we've got the Sansui amps and stuff like that, haven't we? And we've got some of the old rack mount audio gear.
Yep. Yeah. Is it 40 years? My God, it is, isn't it?
Well, 1980s.
Oh my God. Yeah. Is it that long ago?
Yeah, exactly. You were my age then in the 80s.
I was actually, I was
in
your
84,
age. 84, yeah.
84, you would have been,
Your age.
30, 34, wouldn't you? So you're a year older than me.
God.
Crikey, getting old, mate.
Blimey. Yeah, I don't know how you survived to this age without me sort of putting an end to you, really.
Well, there is that. Do you want to pop this open? Because it looks like it's a braided cable, quite possibly.
It is indeed a braided cable.
Which I don't think I've seen before on Apple Power supplies.
No.
We've seen them on the USB-C ones to the iPhones.
Yeah.
But on the actual...
It's obviously going to be much stronger having that as a braided cable because the plastics can stretch or, whatever.
Well, I think it's probably more that the plastics tend to deteriorate over time. Especially
Yeah, they do.
If you look at a lot of the Apple white plastics, they go nasty on iPhone.
Yeah, indeed.
Think about how many plugs you've broken on your iPhone on your old Lightning ports.
Well, I haven't yet, actually.
Yeah, you did.
I've been very lucky, did I?
They all frayed. Do you not remember when all the white bits would come off? They'd go yellow and all the white
I
bits
just thought
would
that was supposed to happen.
Right, shall we plug this thing in and see what it's like?
Indeed.
So, are you ready to do the honours?
Of course. Power button underneath here, as we said earlier. It still makes the proper noise.
It does. Ooh. Oh, that's booting. That's very quick to get to that screen. Well, let's run through the setup process and we'll come back and have a little look around. Okay, well, here we go. As you can see, Mac Mini, Apple M4, 24 gigabytes, and we have our 512 gigabytes of storage. Okay, well, that was a bit different and a little bit of fun. Nice to involve the old man once in a while. But the M4 Mac Mini. Well, I think for today, this is where we're going to leave it. But in the next video, what I plan to do is put it properly through its paces and just see how much performance you can get out of this. I think we're also going to pit it against my M1 Mac Mini that we have behind me that has been running this studio for essentially 4 years nearly now. And do you remember that 3D printed power button extension I made? Yes, and this 3D printed button does actually work. And that's probably quite a good solution for someone like me who does actually like to turn their power on and off to the machine. Call me a tech boomer, but hey, that's who I am. So let me know in the comments below if there's anything you particularly want to see me do with this machine. I'm going to spend probably the next few hours after I've finished kind of editing this video and getting it up, setting the thing up and just getting a chance to get to know it properly. Also, I'd like to know people's opinions on the sound quality that we had today. This is my first video that I've made using these Rode Wireless Go 2 kind of microphone systems. So let me know what you think in the comments below. It's probably going to be a little bit of trial and error getting this working right and getting it sounding the way I want it to. But yeah, it's all part of the process, all part of the fun. So until next time, as always, I am Will. This was another random tech video, and this is the kind of thing you like? Then stick around because there's probably going to be some more random stuff like this coming up. See you all soon.